This story should make everyone's blood boil. You know, we talk about systemic racism, and a lot of people like to say, "Oh, that's not true. That's in your mind. Oh, it's not true that there are reasons why." Please tell me, watch this. What could possibly be the reason that we get this type of discrepancy in the home ownership market? Check this out.
After her grandmother's death, Carlette Duffy set out to buy the family home by refinancing her own house. But after receiving two appraisals well below what she thought her home was worth, Duffy worried something might be amiss, especially after the second appraisal.
It's $110,000, $15,000 less than the first one, which is less than 3 months earlier.
So Duffy tried again. This time, she didn't disclose her race or gender, only spoke with the appraiser via email, and
I took all of these down so that they wouldn't be seen.
And on the day of the appraisal, she found a stand-in.
I met with two of my girlfriends. Both are married to white men, and I was like, okay, I need to borrow one of y'all husbands.
A bit skeptical at first until we saw the results.
Duffy's home was valued at $259,000, more than double that of her previous two appraisals.
I screamed with joy. I was so elated. And then it quickly dissipated. And then I just cried.
Duffy's experience isn't isolated.
Homes in Black neighborhoods, equivalent to their white counterparts in similar social circumstances now, are underpriced by 23%, about $48,000 per home, and that adds up to $156 billion in lost equity.
This month, Duffy filed a complaint with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, alleging discrimination in both her appraisal and lending process.
You are taking away my family's ability to create generational wealth.
In statements to NBC News, Citywide Home Loans denied any discrimination and said they are actively participating in the HUD investigation. Freedom Mortgage said they used an automated valuation model after receiving the complaint and stood by the appraised value. None of the appraisers named in the complaint responded to NBC's request for comment. As for Duffy, she used the money from the final appraisal to fulfill that dream.
That's the house that my grandfather built. I hope to see my grandbaby raised in that house.
Now, Steph, experts tell me that Black homeowners should assume that they are being discriminated against in this process and look at those appraisal forms very carefully. Now, if homeowners feel like their home has been undervalued, they can challenge that appraisal through the lender and, if necessary, reach out to their fair housing organization locally or an attorney to discuss next steps.
That is so important. That is so important. But again, the repercussions of having your home where you have built up most of your assets, most of your wealth, that has generational impact. That is, that is like starting from, instead of starting from a home plate or first base, you're starting right back in the dungeon having to get up to the plant. It is something that we have not only in home ownership. We also see this in the interest rates being charged for the same credit score for somebody purchasing a car or something of large values. This is the definition of systemic racism. These types of issues occur in every part of our financial being, in every part of many of our being. And when we can understand that fair people are fair-minded, when you can understand that these things occur over and over again in every aspect of your life, you can see the degenerative effect it has not only on one's psyche, not only on one's being, but also on one's actual personal economy. And that goes down through generations. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.